We are live. Hello, welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch channel, where we are now returning to the world of the Trinity Continuum, specifically Aberrant, the story of Team Dumpster Fire and the heroes of Collateral Damage. This is Collateral Damage 2, not Electric Boogaloo. And this is part 2 of our revival, return, rejoining this particular band of heroes. Last week, we had joined Ghost and Liminal as they went on a specific quest with Connor Connors, the owner of the company, who had brought them along for a business meeting with a particular individual who was very interested in Ghost. And that took a bit of a turn for the creepy before they ultimately did wind up agreeing to some work. But we're going to go ahead and throw that little meanwhile narrative box up in the corner and see what's been going on with Dumpster Fire and Fuafua in the absence of their teammates. So when Connor and Ghost and Liminal made their way to Vegas, the pair of you were left back in Chicago. You had been tasked with sort of keeping, an eye on the fort, making sure nothing got broken too badly, and if it did, that the appropriate parties and accounts were billed appropriately. So what would... I believe it was like a Thursday morning, Chicago. You're meant to open the office at 9 a.m. Let's go ahead and start at 6 a.m. Thursday morning.
Ooh.
What's Dumpster Fire doing?
Breakfast tacos.
Excellent.
We brought extra for everybody in the office that might be there.
So you're going you're gonna have your breakfast in the office. At
but he always overcompensates, thinking that there's more people.
Oh,
that's fair. Yeah, it's wishful
he's off
thinking.
by one.
Wishful thinking never hurt anybody. And yeah, so you go in bright and early, big bag of tacos. There's a teleporter that's been hired to handle all company transit. Over the course of the past 30 days, the incident with Connor getting shot has helped elevate the profile of the company a little bit. So there have been some more accounts pouring in, some more employees hired. Things are getting a little better, but the typical, Connor's cash management is still at work, so nothing has really been improved or upgraded to deal with these new people.
It's got to make its way down.
Right,
Oh,
it's got to trickle down to the workforce. And among some of these personnel shakeups, about 3 weeks ago, Enterprise was mysteriously sort of shuffled off into a subcontracting job that the only thing that Connors has told you that it is very far away. And so he's been subcontracting out all team transport to this freelance teleporter who basically sits around in the office playing PlayStation, and just like when somebody needs a ride, they're like, hey, I need to go to, and he's like, yeah, whatever, shut up, and teleports you over there.
Good,
All right.
Don't speak.
So you're in early, and the only person that's in the office so far is this teleporter. You're not sure if it was Flash or Smash or Crash or Dash. You don't remember the name exactly. And he hasn't bothered to correct anybody, no matter what they've called him. He's barely said more than where? Okay.
Profound
All right.
wisdom.
He's probably written like a guess and then crossed it out and then written another guess and then crossed it out in Sharpie marker on the side of a bunch of the tacos.
Nice.
Oh.
So he's just like, here you go, buddy. These are for you.
As you walk toward him, sort of gesturing outward with the tacos, a slight glow emanates from inside of your bag, and then the tacos appear next to him on the couch, and he just goes, and opens one and starts eating it.
Wow, I know what I'd use my warp powers for if I. Oh shit! I feel. That's some realism.
I think there's a saying about responsibility and power or something somewhere, but
This is beautiful.
Somebody
right.
kill this man's uncle. So
all
yeah,
right. Hope you enjoy them there.
nope.
Weird. Okay. And he's gonna head over and he's gonna make sure he gets a couple out to like the secretary, or if
Alright.
we have a door person, or
Do we have a door person? Do you think we do?
usually there's
There's-
a rent-a-cop at the front door if anybody.
Yeah, there's probably a rent-a-cop at the front of this building that's not entirely your company either. Like you have like a couple floors of this office space. So yeah, there's probably a security guard at the front that also represents the various other businesses in the building.
Out of curiosity, what are like our neighboring businesses? Do we have like a really angry like cosmetology salon next to this? Like, I feel really like
I would imagine
I'll
it's
get discounted a rent.
I would imagine it's probably like there's probably like some accountants. There's probably I'd imagine there's probably like an IT place that does like remote tech support for people. There's a call center in there.
All
There's
right, we're definitely in office-y kind of spaces.
Yes, very much so. But in like you're in the kind of building that where like 2 floors would be rented by a call center because they have the backup phones on the second floor in case they get raided by the SEC, so they can real quick move up to the other one. Like, you're in a very fly-by-night kind of neighborhood.
Okay.
And it's okay. IT people don't sleep, so we don't have to worry about it.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, it's not the greatest, most desirable level of clientele surrounding you and cohorts in the same building, but you could be in a worse environment. You could be in like a warehouse or something like that. So it's not too bad. And so that's your 6 a.m. and until everybody kind of rolls in the morning. How's Fuafua's morning look?
She's usually like spending a lot of time like on her computer, going through sorting her emails. Her inbox is pristine. She color labels the emails. Who does that? Fuafua does that. No one else. She like read the tutorial to Thunderbird and integrated her calendar to it.
She's got more folders than just inbox, trash, and like important stuff.
Yes. Very much so. And she spends a lot of her time just like, sips coffee. And she'll wait till the absolute last possible minute before she will leave the house. And she will always park in the back, even though it means she has to walk a little further, but she wants to kind of be discreet when she comes in always. And she always has like 2 handfuls of the blackest espresso coffees, just like both for her, only for her, but they're definitely there. Just like,
you're gonna need it to wash the tacos down.
oh my god, there's tacos?
Gestures towards the table.
Ooh.
Tacos.
Ooh. She like folds one of the thermoses into her elbow and holding the other one is just like, yes, thank you. That's actually very nice of you. I don't know what it is I'm going to put in my mouth, but I'm going to do that.
Excellent. And you grab the taco, make your way over to your desk, sit down. And now, just before leaving for work, you had meticulously organized your inbox. You'd gone through um, all of the various emails you had, got everything set up, got your day very well planned out and ready to rock and roll. And when you sit down and turn on your computer at work and log into the same things, uh, it looks like absolute chaos has hit your inbox. As if somebody had gone through and not only done, like undone the work that you had done this morning, but like deliberately moved around your various messages. Um, Almost as if you'd been like hacked and somebody was pulling a prank on you or something like that.
Papa puts the coffee down, puts a hand on either side of the desk, and like rises up all full on her boots and looks around the cubicles, just like, who's in? Who's here? She's like, So it's just
Waves with the taco in the hand.
It's not you.
Oh, wow.
You're not who I need. And she's just like, her hands looking around. Is anyone else other than she definitely has not memorized his name, the new kid?
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 new adjusters. A couple of them are even baselines. In fact, the only other adjusters that are in right now are baselines. All the other Novas are out on assignment. There's a lady by the name of Jane who started about 3 weeks ago. She came over from State Farm, where she was largely in like house insurance coverage, like homeowners insurance coverage. So she's been doing a lot of research on like how to adjust for property damage for like if a building gets knocked over when a couple of Novas are fist fighting. So that's really kind of been like she's theoretically going to take over all of those claims once they get to the office. And let's see, so there's Jane, she's doing that. There's a lady by the name of Rita. Rita is also new. Rita has come over by way of Allstate, and she had been doing auto insurance, like accident claims coverage, things like that. And now she's been hired to be like the coordinator of all like transit oriented stuff. So they're expecting her to jump from like I'm handling a fender bender claim to like somebody picked up a bullet train in Tokyo and hit another Nova with it. What do we charge for that? So
this isn't on the chart.
Right. So these are the there's those two, and then there's teleporter guy who nobody's quite sure. Smash, crash, bash.
Bandicoot.
You don't right?
Bandicoot.
Yeah. And then there's one other guy there by the name of Dave, and Dave is the newly hired mailroom, which was a expense that everybody kind of had to ride Connors to go ahead and spend. And when it leaked out, they had that he had initially put out like an unpaid internship ad. There was a threat of a strike. People were yelling at him. So he finally has hired someone that he swears is a high school graduate, that he's paying minimum wage, and that...
Listen, paid internship alone.
That's,
right.
Yeah, unheard of, really.
And he looks like he can probably drive a car. You're a little bit skeptical as to whether or not he can actually vote, but... that's Dave, and he is the mailroom guy, and he is currently sitting at his sort of cube that he's got, but he's not facing his cube at all. He's like backseat driving the fellow that's playing the video games, the teleporter, and he's just like, "Oh, top left," and guys sitting there playing.
So this is the mailroom guy.
Yeah, Dave.
Bonding.
He dumpster fire definitely got. Like stole a middle envelope and wrote Dave on it and put like stamps on it and put the tacos into the manila envelope and sealed it.
Ew, that's adorable.
And like walked over like, got a delivery for you, buddy.
I'm sure he went, ha, and then grabbed him.
Be careful. It's use a fork, I guess.
So yeah, those are the people that are in the office right now. Can I get you to make a cunning plus integrity check for me, if you don't mind, Fwa Fwa?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, roll up my sheet.
Boop.
Where'd the dice tray will not serve me on top of the tower.
Yeah, just. All right, so here's your integrity.
Yep. And then my cunning, I have mega cunning, I believe. So 4. 1, 2,
Yeah, does mega cunning add an extra dot,
I don't.
or does it just expand what you can do with it?
Mega cunning would, you don't roll your mega attributes. They generally just add scale.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So
Cool.
what this will be considered, you'll have a +4. You have a mega cunning 4, so you'll have a +4 enhancement to this roll.
Mega cunning 1.
Yeah,
so
no,
plus
I have
one
cunning
enhancement.
4. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, +1 enhancement. If you get a success, it counts as 2.
Only 1 success. That means 2 successes.
Mhm.
All right, that's enough.
Mornings are tough. And
So-
she just has been betrayed deeply by someone in her personal space, all right?
As you're looking at this email and like getting just pissed off and freaking out and trying to take a stock of who's in there, you kind of look back at your desktop real quick and you realize that the first letter of each of the subject lines of the emails now spell out "call your dad." If you look down along the sides.
Really, this is too extra. She slowly rises back, sits back down at her desk, and picks up the phone. Actually, no, she probably used her personal cell phone. It seems weird, personal call on a business phone. No, absolutely not. So she takes out her phone. It's got little charms on it that dingle on the side, and she dials up the number. She's sips coffee.
Phone rings for like 3 rings, and then you hear the click of it being answered, and you hear "Fwa Fwa." Thank you. I see you've gotten my message.
Good morning to you too. Is it important? Because you ruined my inbox.
Extremely. I am an associate of your father's. There has come to our attention a matter of grave import regarding your current position, your employer, and your associates.
Papa called her dad's number, correct? And someone else picked up?
Yes. And you don't recognize. It's very clear to you that this voice is being somehow manipulated, whether it be mechanically or through a Nova power. It's certainly not a natural sounding voice.
There's no one here that she would know that has like a tech handle. Like she can't like write on a post-it note and like smack on the top of her desk and be like, I need someone to like trace a call. You know, is that a thing?
Everybody in the office kind of looks over at you like.
She pulls up another post-it. You went to school, right? Question mark. She's got 2 on her arm, and while she's holding the phone, looking like
The teleporter pauses his game and throws his fucking controller, walks over and like puts his finger on the other side of the phone while you're talking. And you see his eyes like start glowing green and like 1s and 0s moving up and down them like some Neo type shit. He says, "Wafa, we haven't the time for this issue."
Well, would you like to give me some details? Because I'm sorry, but you seem to have really wanted to talk, and you haven't really.
I need you
She
to...
throws a pen.
It's of vital import. I need you to meet me in Prague.
Where's my father?
Safe for the moment.
Really? We're doing this? What kind of assurances do I have before I meet you mysteriously in Prague, is it?
Yes.
She's just making big eyes at everyone in the office, just like...
I have a room at the Hilton. Room 1618.
Hilton?
I will be there in 1 hour's time. She hangs up. Or they hang up, I should say.
Yeah.
The voice hangs up. The teleporter pulls away and hits the side of his head a couple times. You see like sparks shoot out of his eyes when he does. Couldn't trace the call.
But that's something you can do, so that's great to know.
I'm relatively certain that whoever was placing that call or whoever was on that line was a cyberkinetic.
She kind of steps away from her desk and makes a hand motion to the inbox and is like, that would make sense to me. Look, and she points out.
I thought Xbox wasn't supporting that anymore.
Cyberkinesis? He looks over, and you look over as you gesture to it, and it's back to the way it was.
Oh, the inbox.
The
inbox.
Yep,
okay.
completely organized, as if nothing had been changed.
Hey, Dumpster Fire, do we have any calls today? What did we have to do?
I don't know. And he walks over and he's moving taco wrappers out of the way to kind of look at the one thing on his desk that is actually used, and it's one of those giant obnoxious calendar mats.
The huge ones that have like the leather corners to hold the pages down.
Oh yeah. And this one was definitely designed for like a geriatrics desk, so it's got big fucking numbers on it.
Excellent.
And like not much room to write stuff. And he checks today's date and the next day if he wrote anything down that possibly they might have to do.
The only thing that's actually on your schedule, there are two things. One is that you're supposed to go over exchange rates. You're expecting the new exchange rates to be coming in from Addis Ababa about 3 p.m. today. So you're supposed to be going over to handle all of your insurance adjustments because a lot of your recent client hires have been from Ethiopia because of the boom over there. And so Connors is looking at setting up a remote office. So he wants to have the most up-to-date exchange rates every day. So that's that's on your agenda, and you're supposed to check in with Lightning Bug. And that looks like it's been handwritten on your calendar by someone after hours. That wasn't you.
Okay. Well, we've got the math thing that we have to get together for.
That should be easy enough.
I don't understand any of it, though. I don't know why they need me in these meetings. Like,
honestly, they're probably mishandling it if they're asking you to do the exchange.
It's not my strong suit. But, and, does Lightning Bug have a card to the office?
What?
I don't know. It just seems like a real Lightning Bug move to come in and write his own name down to get in touch with him.
He's lonely. He's just like, it's official business. Come hang out with me Thursday nights.
It's poorly attempted to be in my handwriting.
It's like a forgery.
Does he still have your dog?
No. Okay. I got her back.
She kind of comes over to Dumpster Fire's desk and kind of like leans a hip into it and is like, I need to ask you if you could help me with something, and it has nothing to do with work.
Yes. Whatever it is, yes.
It's really unprofessional.
Okay. I don't exactly do the suit and tie thing well. Gestures to his 8-foot tall, 400-pound form.
Sorry, my cat just growled at me. I think we have to check a claim in Prague.
I thought you said this wasn't business.
Check a claim that just came up in Prague. Please.
Oh,
please.
okay.
Thank you. God.
Okay.
There's no one else in the office, is there?
Yeah. No, I got it.
Okay.
I got it. You want pierogies? Let's do the.
No, listen. It has nothing to do
Where's
with
that?
food. You have tacos, okay? I'm serious.
Yeah, I'll help. Whatever you want. I'm down. So long as it's not math oriented. Is there math?
No.
Then I'm in.
I think you don't seem terribly interested. So body shield. Okay. So she's gonna make her way over to the teleporter and it's like, thank you for helping me out with the phone. Could you send us out?
Yeah, where?
Pick a place in Prague you've always wanted to visit.
I think there's this bridge that I saw in a movie.
Okay, we're not going there. I just really wanted to know where you wanted to go. And she's gonna give the Hilton hotel place. Maybe if we have time.
All right. You see, he doesn't pause his game, doesn't even look away from you, but you again see the glow emanate from his eyes. And for just a moment, you can sort of tell that it looks like he's like processing an awful lot of information. Like he's kind of twitching and squinting a little bit. And then he goes, okay, I got it. And he points over at you. And your bodies are slowly, molecule by molecule, disassembled and transmitted in electromagnetic wave across the planet, where they are slowly, molecule by molecule, reassembled.
That's just not safe.
It doesn't feel great, and you're not sure why, but you don't quite think your undergarments fit quite right at this point. Like, everything kind of shifted a little bit to the left.
You taste eggplant? I taste eggplant for some reason.
Kind of adjusts. All right. Eggplant aside.
And you're in the lobby of the Hilton in Prague.
All right. She kind of ushers him over to the wall and listen, heavy rescue? I need okay.
Yeah, what do you need? I'm here
Okay.
for you.
Right. I think someone hacked into my email this morning, and I think it has something to do with the agency, but I think also my dad's in trouble. So I have no idea who's on the other end, but they wanted me to meet them. I realize it's flipped, so to talk to you dramatically. Hold on, let me turn my back to you.
So you can look at me?
Yes, I need to look at you. Just like resting a hand just in conversations. Like, it might have something to do with work, but it just if we are walking in there, I just wanted to let you know I have no real clue what's going on right now.
Okay. Just keep me posted. I don't know I'm just here to help.
Okay, that's fine. So she's gonna just start making. Did he leave any, like, I forgot, note? It was the room number.
Yeah, room number. And it was 1618, I believe was what I said. Yeah.
16. Okay, thank you. Dyslexia. I'm like,
I hope that's right. I'm sure if it was wrong, somebody let us know.
Okay, so she'll make her way up to the lobby and is like, hi, yes, I need Key up to 16, 18.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I lost my card.
Say no more.
Can you?
We were told to expect you. I take out a key and give it to you, and says, "I assure you that our our hotels maintain the strictest discretion."
A Hilton. All right, you're trying to box above your weight class. That's sweet. She takes the card away. She shits on Hiltons everywhere. I'm sorry.
Not getting that sponsorship.
Sorry, guys, I ruined it everywhere. You're gonna get the gun for the DoubleTree. Discretion, right? She's holding the key and she's tucking it into her purse. Do you know if I was told to meet my friend? Do you know if they're up there? Because they said they're also going to be running out. You know, I assume you keep a very detailed eye on the security of your establishment. So
the comings and goings of our clientele are not something we pay a whole lot of direct attention to. As I just stated before, we exercise discretion.
What?
That means they don't know.
All right. Thank you. And
hey, you're that trash fire guy, aren't you? Can I get your autograph?
Mm-hmm. That's me, Trash Fire.
You know what?
He just accepts whatever is handed at him and he signs it, Trash Fire.
My kids are gonna love this.
Why don't you talk with your new friend for a few minutes? Right?
Sure.
They're so excited. And she leans in. She's like,
they must be my biggest fan.
oh, buddy. Why don't you show him pictures of Cody?
Okay.
Right? Okay. Thanks. And she's gonna try and like shimmy her way behind the desk.
Okay.
He probably has a small like he's got his wallet and then he's got his like wallet-sized picture folio.
Okay.
Picture folio
of just his Bijan Frise in a fireman outfit in different locations, and there's a bunch like looking like we're driving the fire truck, looking like we're putting the hoses away, looking like.
Oh my god, do you play tug of war with him with a hose that looks like a fire?
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, this most goodest boy.
Excellent. I love it. Yeah, so he's
trying to break down the stigma that Dalmatians are the only fire dogs.
Fuck. You're making this hard on me, sir. Oh.
All right. So what I'm going to do then is you're going to need to make either a larceny or a technology check to sneak back there and appropriately access this information. Now,
Alrighty.
because dumpster fire is helping distract the concierge, that would be like a net enhancement. But because dumpster fire is so adorable, that's also a complication that you're going to need to buy off. So you have a +1 enhancement, +1. We'll just make it a net effect of 0.
And that's either larceny, technology with what attribute?
Well, which approach are you taking? Are you trying to just what I guess what would be your favorite approach? What would be the approach you would like to try to take with this? What?
Honestly, she probably, knowing nothing about larceny, she did try and sneak over, and she's looking at the thing, but then she catches eyes of whatever staff member that comes by, even if it's a fucking janitor, and she's just like, they asked me to do something, and I know I really could use some help, and and she's leaning in, she's just kind of like, I could you help me for just a minute?
Yeah, let's use manipulation then. Let's go manipulation and Either larceny or technology.
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Excellent. So you're actually able to bring up the security camera footage from about 15 minutes before the phone call you received. And as you're scrubbing through it, you see your father step into the lobby.
Oh, Hilton. This is not right. This isn't right at all. She's just like trying squinting in on the little screens.
Daddy, why would we stay here of all places?
Give me integrity cunning, if you don't mind.
You don't love us anymore, do you?
That's a vending machine. There's no spa here, though. Is this a weird charity thing? I don't know.
They say they have a workout room, but the equipment's from the 70s.
Daddy. 1 success. Oh, but there's 2 1s. Does that matter in this?
Yes.
Yes.
So
2
you got...
1s, 1 success though.
Oh, you did get a success. All right. So yeah, as long as you have material success, the ones don't matter.
Thank you.
The only thing you really notice about the footage that seems a bit odd is you see a bit of digital noise in it, which is weird. Not something that happens in almost any camera technology in 2028. But you specifically track that the digital noise seems to be synced to your father's footfalls. So almost as if his steps are causing some sort of feedback.
Out of character question, which is her father baseline, like normal?
Unless you had a reason in your backstory he wouldn't be, he's probably just a baseline dude. Yeah.
Okay.
He's married to somebody who works with Novas, but as far as you know, you were the first in your whole family, and only in your whole family, to have erupted.
Okay. She's just like, thank you so much. She like pulls out like her purse, she gives him like a stick of gum, whoever. She's like, here you go for your trouble. Thank you. And she's just
sniffs it
out
and walks away.
Whoa, moneybags, slow down.
Yeah, it's like zebra gum, by the way.
Oh.
It's zebra gum. She may have handed off the purple.
Why would you do that to someone?
Truly evil. You should beware.
Do you even make that anymore?
Wow. So she's snaking her way, and now she's like, oh yeah, here you go, have a piece of gum. Out from behind the desk, hoping no one really actually noticed. And
doesn't seem to have noticed it. Yeah, this guy is still just looking at all your pictures and like, oh, this dog's so adorable, Trash Fire. How did you get such an amazing animal? You know, that animal ought to be a firefighter.
Some would say I rescued her, but she rescued me.
That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. So you kind of walk in on these two having a shared moment over the dog.
Slow blink.
So, she means a lot.
Did you guys exchange Facebook or?
Oh no, he pulls out a small business card with his dog's Instagram on it.
Oh, I'm gonna go follow this right now. Thank you so much. And he walks back around behind the desk.
He kind of does his sort of waddle, sort of not walk over to you. So you find out what you were kind of looking for?
Maybe a little strange. Are you big on the technology there, buddy? You got an Instagram, so I mean, you can't be that bad, right?
I mean, it sets up itself, really. I mean, I know a little bit of my way around computers.
I found my dad on the footage, but it had a weird distortion where he was walking, and when whoever called, I couldn't place the voice. They just said he was safe, all ominous like. I don't know. I don't even know like if that was manipulated on the footage itself. I mean, is that hard to do you think?
I don't know.
Sips coffee.
I, I don't know. Maybe just you said it was a cyber fetishist, right? That was like doing the stuff to your inbox.
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe they did, some things in there. It's you were looking at a technology, and they're into technology. I don't know how into technology, but they're into technology. So maybe covering their tracks in a way.
Seems like they're making a footprint, but all right. I guess we'll just. She holds up the key card. Take stairs today.
Well, I mean, if it's just the two of us, I shouldn't break the load limit.
Oh
on
my
an
god, that is
elevator.
not what I meant. That was not what I was trying to insinuate. I'm sorry. That's not.
I mean, I understand.
No. Honey, that is not.
Elevator breaking is probably one of the most harrowing rescue experiences because it's the waiting, really, and you have no control. So they tend to be the most panicked in those situations. So I understand.
That's no.
I'll take the stairs. You go use the elevator, and he walks over.
We're taking the
starts the 16-foot, the 16-story walk up the stairs.
Listen, just like smacks his arms. I wasn't trying to insinuate anything about your weight. I understand it's purely tantric. I don't really know the composition, but the point is, if it's somebody who can fidget around with tech, I would prefer not to lock myself in a small metal box controlled by technology. So we're taking the stairs.
Oh, okay.
Have you not seen a single horror movie?
I think I did see one where there was like this security tower thing and the robots took over. The elevators were like, I think. It might have been just called The Tower.
We're taking the stairs up. And we're discussing movies clearly as we go.
Well, and by the time you get to about floor 15, it becomes more of a Ghostbusters reference. As you're very tired.
Let me know. I'm gonna throw up.
Which is extra appropriate for dumpster fire, actually. But
Really.
You make your way to the 16th floor. There's nobody else is on the stairs because
insanity.
Why would you be on the stairs?
In weird ways.
Right. But yeah, you get in and step out of the stairwell onto 16. You see the hallway. It's clean, well appointed. This time of day, not particularly busy. There's no housekeeping's pretty much done by now because you figure it was probably about 9 a.m. when you left. So Prague would be, like 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon, something like that. So you're
Middle of the day.
Kind of in the middle of like a lull. There's nothing really going on. You don't hear
Housekeeping
any.
is still doing rooms and shit.
Right,
Yeah,
like housekeeping's like buttoned up for the day pretty much by now.
Oh,
At least on this floor, you don't see anybody, and you don't hear any. You don't hear any like noise coming out of any of the rooms. No TVs on. No. Really, it's almost kind of a ghost town in here.
Oh, that made it less terrifying for me.
I was gonna say, don't you dare say too quiet.
You can determine if it's too quiet.
Do we want to hit that trope now? All right, so he trundles his way down the hallway looking for 16 what?
6618?
1618.
1618. Son of a. I got the sixes.
You had all the digits. It's fine. You make your way over, and sorry for coughing in everybody's ear. You make your way over and pop the key in the door. Are you doing anything before you step inside?
She'll probably just shimmy to one side to kind of like,
Why don't you let me open the door?
oh, you could have the fancy key.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Well, two
She
things.
steps back like 4 steps and then to the left, and it's like,
First in, last out. That's a rule. And 2, I love these key card thingies, and he just
I wish I could channel that joy.
he sees the light turn green and hears the click. And
You swing the door open and you see your father sitting in a chair, facing the window, back to you. Windows wide open. City of Prague out in front of you. Afternoon traffic. And he's just kind of sitting there, kind of limply in the chair.
Silent Hill all over again.
Yeah, oh god.
And flashbacks.
Putting a hand on the back of dumpster fire to kind of like over his monumental size to look in. What, is there anybody in there?
Hold on. Let me go check first. You don't know, there might be unsafe beams. Just coming up with anything to keep her out
All right.
of the hotel room, and he ducks underneath the door jamb and
You sort of shimmy your way in.
Sideways shimmy until he gets into the opening of the hotel room itself and tries to slowly peek around and see what kind of situation he's looking at.
As you look around, he's sitting there kind of like so, and like as you round and get like to where you're looking right at his face, his eyes shoot open, and you see there's lightning sort of dancing back and forth across the eyes themselves, and you see it as his head starts to like move upward. You can see electricity arc out from the eyes, almost as if it is like pulling his head into an upright position.
He looks over to Fua Fua. I think he's okay. His quantum field seems to be doing stuff.
His what? And she just power walks in, Dad, and she's going to like turn him around, like try and like.
He stands up and like jerks around. His movements are very, very puppety. And you can clearly see the electricity originating from his eyes, arcing around and moving his bits. He kind of doesn't look so much like your dad as he looks like he's wearing your dad's suit.
Ooh, flush suits. Ooh, yes. In character, out of character, flip. Sorry. You did not mention lightning. What is?
I don't know. I thought he was a Nova.
No.
Says, I told you your father was safe, and he is.
This is what?
He is
Does
sleeping.
your dad normally talk in the third person?
Who is this? Is this your... He like squints a little bit, and as he squints, you see like the limpness of the body. He almost like stumbles and pulls himself back up. It says, "This is dumpster fire." Yes.
Congratulations, you and everyone else on Instagram knows that. Who the fuck are you?
I am sorry for the nature of this contact. This is the only way I could get in touch with you discreetly and ensure your father's safety.
Does not feel very safe. You couldn't fucking use an email.
Yeah, you could have really sent an electronic mail of some kind. That would have made it much easier.
I did. I could not risk Connor's knowing of this conversation.
Why can't our boss know? You're light on the details,
He
heavy
is
on the.
Dangerous. You see, like a spark shoot out of your dad's ear. Sorry, he's trying to wake up.
All right, you have something important to tell me. Tell me now. So you could leave my dad alone.
This is a very long story.
Do you want to write it down? A picture? What would you prefer? Because I clearly need to know this information, and you don't look like you're having an easy time.
Connor says, I'll just keep your dad safe. I'll use your phone. And your dad's jaw drops open, and a lightning bolt shoots out of his face directly into your phone. And your dad falls over.
Hold on, gotta apply the mic quick.
Sure. Your dad falls straight forward onto his face, unless either of you would like to try to stop that in any way, shape, or form. No? Okay.
I don't know how dumpster fire would stop that, other than giving the old Daria maneuver.
I mean, you could do that.
The old handout.
If you want to try to catch him,
yeah,
sure.
he'll try and grab him with his hand.
Give me a close combat. What's your approach?
Once he gets his hand like out there, it's more of a he's trying to, if there's any like pain or shock to it, he wants to fight his way through it and just hold on.
So your resilience that'll work. So stamina. So yeah, give me close combat stamina.
Ooh, your stamina stat. Ooh.
10s get rerolls in this, or
yeah, I believe 10s explode. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, with 2 rerolls coming up. So 4, 5, 6, another reroll.
Do you swing him low in a
6.
waltz? What the fuck?
So as you're watching in shock and like trying to chase this lightning that is dancing through your backpack and into your phone, Dumpster Fire just lays his hand out and like, whoop, there you go, and just catches him and sort of gently lays him all the way down. He's out like a light. And now you smell like a definite ozone, like electrical fire odor in the room. Once that lightning bolt shoots out of your phone. Or shoots into your phone. Your phone immediately starts ringing and buzzing, and like every ringtone is going off like in rapid succession.
Jesus, is he okay?
So while she's doing whatever, conversing on the phone, fucking with the phone with this techno guy, he's gonna do. Dumpster Fire is gonna try and do his best. Like immediate first aid.
Okay.
To check and make sure, going through the process, stay calm, assess the situation, make the best choice for the patient /
Sure. So right now you're just trying to kind of look it over, right? So
yeah.
We got a medicine. Are you relying on what approach are you relying on for that medicine?
I think it would be more about staying calm.
Okay.
To be able to assess it properly rather than flying off the handle and just making assumptions.
That works for me. Let's get a resolve. Medicine resolve.
Medicine resolve. Okay.
Ooh.
2. Wait. 2.
Okay. As near as you can tell, he's suffering from a state of shock, a bit of dehydration, and there appears to be the ever so slightest bit of like first degree burn where his sleeves had contacted his wrists, where his neck, where the shirt contacted his neck, basically anywhere that an outside object touched his flesh. There's just the slightest bit of burning.
All right, so he's just going to go through procedures of getting him propped up on one of the beds, pillows are behind his back, going into the bathroom to get water
Okay.
in a cup for him, just to take care of him while Fafwa is dealing with the more imminent issue.
And what are you doing with your phone, Fafwa?
She'll pick it up and just flip it open and make her way to sit on the floor along the wall so she can just look at her dad while answering this phone. So, what is going on?
You hear this sort of high-pitched like squeal that is moving up and down as you have the phone to your ear. And I would like you to go ahead and give me a technology. What approach would you use to try to figure out, to try to decipher this, what this squeal means?
I mean, she's got good school learning, so maybe she's thinking more traditional science,
Okay.
like things that she went to classes for. Not really so much knowing about the newest hot technology, but just basic, like how does electricity, work within power lines and stuff like that.
Sure, I can give you a science intellect. How does that sound?
Alrighty. Where's my intellect? 2, 3. 2 successes.
You, as you're listening to this, you realize that this squealing and squelching doesn't sound like a signal problem or necessarily an electronically generated noise, so much as it sounds like a rapid fire beyond what would be capable under normal human operation speech. So it sounds like it's trying to talk to you, but it's talking so fast that it's pitch shifting upward, and the actual like phone codec can't handle the sound.
She pulls it away from her ear a little bit.
There's characters flying up and down the screen in like a text messaging sort of fashion.
She's gonna end the call, and she's gonna be like, voicemail, and hit end the call really quick, and just start trying to catch up with all the text flying on there, and see if she can decipher that a little easier.
Sure. Go ahead and give me a tech, and I would assume you could either go with intellect or cunning would probably be your best.
I would go with cunning. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 success.
Okay. You're having a really hard time sort of figuring it out. You're pretty sure that you can put together words. You can even put together a few sentences. But the problem is that there's characters in between them. There's some places where, like, so imagine if you were, like furiously typing on your keyboard and never bothered to stop for backspace. You know what I mean? So there's fat fingered keys. There's things that are where there's too much punctuation or too little punctuation. Space is missing. It's pretty hard to parse. You're pretty sure all the information is there, but scrolling at one screen full at a time is making it very difficult to sort out exactly what's going on. Excuse me. But you can have a point of momentum for that. So now you're at 4 momentum.
Is there a computer in the room? Laptop or anything?
Doesn't appear to be, no. Everything that's in this room is kind of the stock standard. It doesn't look like he brought any luggage with him when he came here. So...
Dumpster fire, is he okay?
As good as you can be, I guess, when you're possessed by an electric ghost. He's a little dehydrated. I'm trying to get him to drink some water at least. He has a little bit of first degree burn, but that's A sunburn is a first-degree burn. He's
I knew
okay.
it's dangerous to go to the beach.
I mean, not what I was going for, but yeah, I guess technically.
He tried to to send a message. If I had a computer, maybe I could decipher it, and she's gonna be like, look at this garbage, and she's just like, what am I looking at? What is this?
You want to give it an enigmas?
Oh boy.
What would be your approach to an enigmas check?
You have enigmas? Oh.
No, I don't.
Oh, I do. Never mind. I was about to have a fucking question. Like, story. Please explain to me.
I mean,
what Sudoku he plays in the morning.
Yeah, to that end, you could make an enigmas check as well if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
While she's showing him, she's looking it over again. You know.
He's trying to get her to slow it down so he can like properly parse it through. Going fast is not his strong suit.
Okay, so why don't you go ahead and give me a resolve enigmas, and why don't you go ahead and give me a, well, tell you what, we'll have you do a resolve enigmas, and then whatever successes you get on that, we will apply to Fuafua's roll as an enhancement.
Okay, you
Alrighty.
have one enhancement.
Thank you. You're helping today. All right, so it's enigmas, and then
it would be intellect or cunning, most likely. It would be.
Okay.
Either one's up to you. Cunning is if you're trying to sort of rely on the speed of your wits, whereas intellect is more relying on your book knowledge and on the things that you've.
She's trying to kind of keep it together, but she's probably got some hardcore adrenaline coffee shake going on as she's going through it and slowing down. She's not. She just for like a second. When you said, "Can you please slow it down?" She's, and then like went back to like going through it.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go cunning then.
1, 2, 3 successes plus your 1.
So 3 successes plus 1 enhancement.
So 4 total.
What this boils down to is once you start parsing it out and going through and like actually deleting the extra characters and sorting out what the actual message is. This being states that it has been keeping an eye on Connor for a long time, for months, and that it has reason to believe that Connor is seeking out revenge against another party, against the client that he has gone to meet with. It says in the message that Connor's family suffered a loss when he was a child at the hands of angels, and he's looking to even the score. He's been looking to even the score since he was at DeVries. I found out about it, and he had me killed. That's why he left the company. And your friends are in real danger.
What the fuck?
So when I said electric ghost, I wasn't wrong?
You weren't wrong.
You see
really
one
weird.
long string of text that says, well, technically I'm not dead. The bullet caused me to erupt and I moved my consciousness into the nearest electronic device. So you're only about 1/4 of the way correct.
You got sassed by a... She just pokes in like an ghost emoji.
Okay, all right. But Connor's one's the one that got shot at. That doesn't sound like... Usually the one who's doing the revenging is the revenger, not the revengee.
It's very possible maybe he already made a move and that was retaliation. the agency isn't exactly by the books, tidy. I mean, you don't get that big without pissing off a few people, right?
Okay, so are they completely unrelated, or is this a most likely scenario thing? Like, if they happen on top of each other, the likelihood that they're together is higher, right? Unless he just has the worst luck ever.
Your phone buzzes again, and it says, again, one long string of text with no breaks. I'm having a really, 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 really hard time communicating this way. And then it just starts to fill up your phone and fill up your phone, like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Kind of fill up your phone. It's just like filling.
Can you put it on speakerphone or
Oh.
like what do you need to?
Can we put you on the television?
All right. You can puppet things with your, like what you did with him, right? Was that easy or hard?
You see, like, the string of text just turns into like a string of like thumbs up emojis.
That was easier. Okay. All right, this is gonna be weird. Could you do part of something rather than the whole of something? Like, do you need to take over an entire person?
It switches to sad face emoticons and then rapidly to like puking emojis.
Are you offering yourself to puppet?
Well, I mean, we could go full on Quado if we really want to. I did.
Just take over my chest mouth. It'll be fine.
Is this doable? She like holds the phone, like I don't know, not knowing if it like has visual from the camera of her phone, so she's like angling her phone like to take a picture and be like, right, this is on my phone now. It's in my camera roll forever.
All right, it shoots a lightning bolt out of the phone into your stomach. So I want you to roll quantum plus stamina for me, if you don't mind.
Okay, thankfully.
And you have a level 4 complication because neither one of your powers work this way.
Oh, I mean, 9 dice will do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Would he's got mega stamina too?
So you can negate some of that.
All right, so it's complication 2 then, because 2 enhancement out of the 4. So,
yep.
All right, let's see how this works.
We're going weird places tonight, guys. It could be good.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 on the die roll plus 2, so 2 10s out of that.
All right, drop them. Let's see what we got.
1 more. That's a 10. Okay, so 6 total.
Excellent. It shoots into your
dirty boy.
Shoots into your chest mouth, and for a second, the lips start sort of like crackling and cracking. You get kind of like a wind burn almost, you know, like like you've been out in the winter and you didn't put on chapstick kind of thing around your entire chest face.
Oh.
And yeah, it's uncomfortable but not terrible. And you start to see a glow emanate from what is normally the very, very dark pit of your stomach portal region.
Okay.
From within, your mouth opens, and in between like the various sort of loose, irregular flaps through the parts of the flesh that is cracked as if chapped. You see little bolts of lightning sort of dancing back and forth between them, and those bolts of lightning start to form a sort of Blair Witch Project-esque sort of vaguely humanoid stick figure made of lightning.
Okay.
That's rad.
And he says, I don't think this will last very long, but it's working. I was a janitor at DeVries, and I found something very, very bad in Connor's desk. I went to report it to Anna, and he killed me.
What did you find?
Information on Raul Orzaz's. Both of you,
Orzaz's?
yes, both of you go ahead and make a culture roll. You'll have a +3 enhancement due to his fame, and what approach would be best for you in engaging with culture and like pop culture, public knowledge, that sort of thing.
One success.
Okay. What approach would you use? Because you get to roll your approach dice too, so you get your culture plus whatever your ability.
That was
cunning, right?
Yeah.
That's what you went
Oh,
with?
you added cunning to it? Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't including any enhancements.
Right. So you got a total of 4 then.
Yeah.
I'm doing. He's just racking through whatever he can think of. So cunning as well.
Okay.
2.
Okay, yeah. So with the enhancements that you have due to his fame, you absolutely know who this guy is. Count Raul Orzaz is probably the most famous member of the Terrigen outside of Divismol. He's frequently referred to as the spokesman of the Terrigen, and he's probably the most charismatic face that has ever claimed allegiance to that movement. He doesn't have any sort of obvious aberrations or mutations. He's a very, very dapper, very charismatic philanthropist. Comes from ancient, like long, old English or European, Spanish royalty money. There's nothing publicly bad known about this guy, except, depending on your perspective, that he very loudly and very publicly proclaims loyalty to the philosophy of Terrace, that Novas are above and beyond humanity and are expected to be held to a different standard and to operate beyond the laws and mores of humankind.
Okay, cool. I didn't remember if Terrigen was a pro-Nova or anti-Nova movement, but it's basically Brotherhood.
Yeah, it's the Brotherhood without the evil mutants part. Oh, well, I mean, some of them are.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their whole shtick is that Novas are so far beyond humanity that the rules for humanity can't possibly apply to them.
Yeah, Brotherhood, Homo superior.
So what about this blue-blooded asshole? What did you find about him? Because I don't care that you got reported. That's fine. I need to know exactly what you know quickly, right?
By reported, he got killed.
But I tried. Connor was using DeVries networks to gain information and try to assassinate Orzaz's. And I found out, and I was gonna tell Anna, and Connor had me shot, but I got out. I got out into the terminal, and I went online.
So you were a Nova working as a janitor?
I guess.
Yeah, well, I guess you take what you can get in this economy.
Listen, not everyone is fully blessed when it comes to nailing their interviews. It's okay.
I didn't have powers before this, and I could barely work a phone. This isn't how this is supposed to work. And like you see, like the lightning start to turn red.
Ow!
And
Ow!
Hey,
Ow.
I know this is really this is scary. This is beyond over the top, right? She's like, I don't know where to look. She's like looking up at you, but then looking at the mouth, and like, where do I make?
I mean, there's a person shape in the mouth, like, so like imagine like the gaping mouth. I want some fan art of this. The gaping mouth, stomach, gut hole of dumpster fire. He's probably like arching his back a little bit to give full range, and in between the toothy sort of shreds where the skin ripped is this lightning dancing back and forth like a Jacob's ladder, and in between that is this just sort of stick figure made of lightning that was white until you started making him mad, and now he's red.
she's like,
you're trying to calm him down.
Yeah.
Why don't we get a persuasion from you, and what approach would you take with that persuasion roll to calm him down?
like, hey, I just need you to calm down, because if you give me this information, we'll make sure that what happened to you does not go like, we will make this right. Let's figure this out together, right? But if you blow off your top, I'm gonna have no idea what's going on, and then guess what? You're stuck in there, and nothing's gonna happen from this. Okay?
All right. Would that be a presence, manipulation, or composure? Do you think? Are you trying to stay calm, lie to him, or just rely on your natural charisma?
She's trying to manipulate him just to calm him down. Seeing.
Tell him whatever he wants to hear.
Yeah.
Just
It's one of those moments of like, my dad is a high like political standing. She's definitely probably aware of the talk them down maneuver.
Right, that's fair.
Thank you.
So yeah, you can go ahead and use manipulation. I'm going to give you a +2 complication because he is not happy right now. He's freaking out.
You know what? He's having a doozy of a day.
And
right?
Listen, we'll talk about this when
are you
adult.
And are you mega manipulative?
No, I don't believe so.
You have mega cunning.
Mega cunning.
All right.
All right. So the 2 complications take away from the die pool.
No,
that's
Okay.
to buy.
Right, you have to buy those off, or
Okay.
if you succeed and you don't succeed well enough to buy them off, you'll have an effect, but there will be a side effect to it.
All right.
Ah,
That one's done. That one's gone. It's
Just tether.
yeah.
You're
all right.
tethered, so roll another one.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Hold on, 2 10s. 3. 4 successes total.
okay. So that's enough to buy off the complication and to calm him down. So you sort of soothe him, and he shifts back through the color range, like heading back toward violet almost, and then goes back to white completely.
We're getting Skittles after this.
And
You
he's,
know
I don't know
what?
why. I just have a craving.
he says, I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay calm. I just all I know is I had to survive. I had to tell somebody, and I went into the net. Do you have any idea how dirty the OpNet is?
I mean, I know the normal internet's a little not safe for work.
This is a terrible place to be trapped. And I want out. I want a body, but I want to help you. I intercepted. I've been watching Connor, and I've been watching DeVries, and I know that they hired Anova to take Connor out. And I know what he's doing now.
Do you know what that Nova's capabilities are that's hired to take out Connor?
He's a mind controller. He's a mind controller. He hypnotizes people.
All right. Well, we knew that much from the amnesiac sniper on the roof. Buddy, do you have anything more than that? A name?
just Archangel. Just Archangel.
That'll help. Okay, that's something.
Are all your passwords and stuff within the agency, were they wiped? Would they still work if I gave them to somebody to try and get some information?
I was a fucking janitor. What do you want? Like access to the cleaning closet supplies? Cleaning closet supplies? Cleaning closet supplies?
Like to get in and out, was there any kind of anybody can just walk right in?
I contacted you. I contacted you because your father is sleeping with a member of the board on a regular basis.
She awkwardly like darts eyes up at Heavy Rescue and then back down. It's just like,
I'm sorry if I was uncouth, given the nature of the circumstances. You see,
the woman's a witch. It's fine.
Turning a little orange, like he's getting a little bit
flustered
and upset.
Hey, that's fine. That woman's a witch. I don't care. Do you got porn of her? You should put it on the internet.
It's illegal in most countries.
You did take over somebody's body, though. That's a little questionable. You need a vessel, though, right? Could we get you somewhere better? Like, do you...
I need power. I need electricity to stay. Electricity, power, bioelectrics, biology. People, people have electricity in their bodies. I can drive it. I can drive a body with electricity. I need somewhere safe. I need a battery.
The realism when you break up in this voice, it's extra like, oh fuck, it's coming through.
He's gonna. It's like, well, I mean, there was that merchandising meeting, and he's gonna go into his turncoat and pull out one of the prototype dumpster fire dolls.
Oh my god, we made a Chucky.
It's battery operated.
He shoots out of your stomach into the battery operated dumpster fire, and it starts, like, the lid starts flapping a little bit, and it says, "Hi, I'm Dumpster Fire. Wanna play?"
Oh no! Oh, what have you done?
They said to say a catchphrase, and I didn't have one. And I thought it was for kids.
It says.
Uttered that. Oh.
It says, I think I have about 45 minutes of power in here.
Okay, so we can get you back somewhere, and then we can talk to, like, someone and maybe find something better than this, because I'm finding it a little bit creepier now that I'm thinking about it. Could you just call
The office?
Call Scotty, the dash,
the beam,
Rendar,
right? Yes. Okay. Do we think we need to warn him? Do you think it would complicate? How does that work? She's like, I don't know.
No, just he's got to come with me. So he opens up the turncoat pocket, like, come on in.
He sort of like scoots a little bit, and as you realize that this thing was not built with any sort of like locomotive properties to it. So it's just kind of like, in Ghostbusters 2 when they had the toaster hopping, like that's kind of what it's.
Yes.
This is magical, guys. This is pure magic.
Do I walk like that? And he just kind of picks him up and puts him in his.
I mean, you probably could put a little stride in the step. You do a little bit of a. That's fine. That's what she's calling her. Now,
so you're putting him in your stomach or just in your coat?
In the turncoat pocket.
Okay.
Because he's always got like his costume, because he can't wear the uniform.
Right. I just didn't know if you were putting him extra dimensional or if you were gonna just hang on to him.
No, he's not gonna extra dimensional him.
Okay.
Like there's some like collapsible hole, a portable hole, like bag of holding situation that I don't want to fuck with going on. All right.
That's fair.
Papa was gonna give him a call.
Okay. You're calling who?
Affectionately, we just called him Scotty, right?
The teleporter? Oh, okay.
Crash.
You call the office.
We don't have like a pick me up line.
Yeah, you call the office and then ask for a pickup and tell them.
We really need a 911 to that guy.
We really do need that. I'm implementing that when we get back.
Dave answers the phone, says, "This is Dave."
Dave, right. Can you put on Crash?
Yeah, just a second. Hey, man, it's for you. Yeah.
Hi, could you give us a ride home? We have an extra friend with us. Would that be a complication?
Just hold hands. He hangs up the phone.
He literally with 2 fingers pinch holds the hand of the action figure. And
this isn't weird.
Nope, not at
all. You feel yourselves again pulled apart bit by bit, piece by piece, and you're slowly reassembled back at the base. I would like you both to roll your quantum for me, please.
Oh.
And then, yeah, just you go ahead and roll your quantum.
Alrighty.
You're
yeah.
Oh wow, we actually both have the same
3,
quantum.
4, 5, 6.
6.
Hold on. There's 6 successes.
Why are you rolling it all the way over
because
here?
Because I didn't want it to hit the other dice. It was being weird.
1. 2.
Okay. You feel this strangest. It's very difficult to describe. You feel almost as if some other pattern of existence is trying to impose itself, contaminate, push its way into yours, and mingle all 3 of you together into one being, as if this thing is pulling you all into like a symbiotic connection.
If there's anything I learned, it's Tuvix was a bad idea.
In that symbiotic connection, for just the briefest of moment, you get flashes and impressions, no actual memories, but just bits of data that wind up in both of your knowledge, like almost as if just like trivia or factoids that you have acquired throughout the years. And these are that Archangel is a shadowy secret organization that's been around since shortly after the turn of the century. But you don't know specifically any details other than that about it. That it is tied to in some way Orzaz's, and that the hit that was taken out on Connor was actually ordered by your friend who is riding along with you. Like, he's the one who altered a target in the DeVries agency files to send an assassination that was meant for somebody else at Connor's.
Janitor my ass.
But you all pop back out, reassembled in the office, otherwise fine. You are all able to, the next time that you raise things with experience, you may raise your quantum if you wish to do so.
Okay.
Heavy Rescue, can you occupy our friend for a minute? I need to talk to Crash. I'll be right there. Won't be long.
Did you give me a jam jar, by the way?
Jam jar? Why do you think I have a mason jar in anywhere here?
I brought them in last time when I made floats for everybody. They should still be in the cabinets.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sure, but she's gonna make her way to Crash. Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Pauses his game.
Listen, I'll give you like PlayStation bucks later. I'm sorry. All right. And she like lowers her voice, stage whisper right now. We have a friend who needs to be put in a very isolated, safe place. And she's like looking at all the technology in the room and then looking at him. Could you possibly arrange for a nice, isolated, safe space?
Yeah. He gets up and walks over to Dave's computer. He says, "You don't really use this for anything like mission critical, right?" Dave says, "No, man, I fucking work the mailroom. What do you think I need this thing?" And he reaches down and like picks up the tower, unplugs it from the wall, like pops the side off of it, rips the modem out, and throws it over his shoulder. And says, "Safe, isolated place."
I think he...
In the tech world, that's called an air gap.
Okay, put that in a room for us if possible. I guess we'll see if that works for him. I'll
throw it in the janitor closet. He walks over and throws it in Ghost's office.
Janitor RS. Oh. Dumpster fire. Hey.
Do you give me the mason jar?
She slowly edges backwards and then goes and like gets the mason jar from the cabinet. Fucking mason jar. This is what we need, right? Okay. Here you go. Takes
it and like as sneakily as he can, just flips it up and over the top of the action figure. Ha! Glass is an insulator. You are trapped.
The toy starts like shaking and like little bolts of lightning start shooting out of the corners of it into the glass. And
you're never escaping now, villain.
And here I was arranging for a nice Hilton level room for him, you know, and
no, we just need to swap the battery out every once in a while.
The toy starts like shaking. The jar is shaking a little bit with it, but it seems to be holding him.
Like, oh, can I get you a little broom and a little bucket so you can play janitor some more? Huh? He's taunting a toy of himself. So
you kind of hear like underneath, but it's not like getting out.
It's totally got the old like Ghostbuster toy like lever in the back that opens the mouth.
This is terrifying. I don't.
So it's just
some slime sprays forth out of it, like you know. You forgot that was the one with the real the real regurgitation action.
All right, he's taken care of for now.
I'm assuming you heard, felt, saw, thought that too.
Oh, you know that? Oh, okay, I thought I was the only. So I just did so that I didn't want to say out loud. So, taha! Pointing again.
She gets in on this. Yeah. And she like leans down. What the fuck? Why? I'm worried that we brought this back into the agency and
he was in your dad.
Can we not?
Make a cunning and integrity check if you don't mind, both of you.
Both of us. Okay. Yeah. So you are.
I am a 4 and a 2. Right. Have I memorized this appropriately? Nailed it. Like as they're bickering, she's like, "What? We just brought this back here. What if that was what it was relying on? What the fuck?" 1, 2, 2 successes.
Okay.
2 successes.
You both realize at the exact same moment while you're bickering back and forth, you forgot something in Prague.
Dad.
Your dad.
She like looks at her phone and is just gonna be like,
You know, he's got enough money to get home. He can get the cream for the burns. You know, it's just.
thank you for finishing the cream sentence, because she's gonna
Well,
like
after we're
text. What were you about to what?
Nothing. I'm just the last person who should be talking about having anybody inside them. Anyway, I don't think we need to worry about this guy though, because I have 9th grade earth science on my side that informs me that that glass is a resistor and electricity.
We need to make sure no one in the office touches
he's-
this.
It's like Hannibal Lecter, but like tiny.
The teleporter stands up and grabs a Post-it note and writes "property of ghost" on it and sticks it to the jar.
Nobody will fuck with it now.
And sits
Yeah,
back
honestly,
down.
that's probably the safest anything's been in this entire building.
Yep. All you gotta do is pay attention.
Thank you. What was your name again?
It's not
I'm sorry.
That's not what's important right now.
Yeah, okay. Dave,
Yo, he sticks his head out around the side.
how are you at Google?
I mean, I'd be fine at it except for, Sparky over there just stole my computer and ripped the modem out of it.
Oh, you can use Fluff's computer.
No, my computer is compromised. It's been infiltrated by
That guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's not compromised anymore because that guy is in a tiny little magneto bubble. Yeah. So, yeah, it's all good now, right?
Yes. Use Google on my computer. Don't touch anything else on there, though.
All right. We're going to write some key words down for you, and I want you
Keef.
to assemble like a dossier.
Oh, I thought you said Keef. I thought we had some Keef. Keywords, right. Yeah.
Keywords.
He starts...
I'm doubting my choice in
Oh,
Lackey
don't-
right now.
Don't.
No, Connery is. The dumpster fire has all the faith in the world that his team will pull through.
His team of the male guy?
Listen, everybody has a job in the department, okay? And you never leave a person behind. All right.
We left my dad on the Hilton bed. He probably has bed bugs by now.
Your dad's. I hope he does. Anyway.
That was really out of character and rude of you. Are you okay?
I don't know.
Are you still feeling like?
Listen, he's got enough money that he'll.
Hey, man, what am I Googling?
All right. Anything you can find on like Archangel and the Count de Monet guy, Count
Archangel Count de
Orzo,
Monet.
Count Orloff, Count
Count
Ortizi.
Oh, yeah, that dude. Okay.
Would Waffle
Go ahead and roll 4 dice for me if you don't mind.
Ooh. You do that. I was gonna ask. She has a pretty like grown understanding of bureaucracy. Would she have any possible way of like seeing if someone in a political stature would be aware of Archangel as a like an entity, like something that?
I
I'm trying to
mean,
think of how to word it.
based on what you know about it, all you know is that it's some shadowy entity, right? Like, I mean, where specifically would you want to look with that knowledge?
Like Pentagon kind of stuff, like contracting kind of thing, like Blackwater contract kind of stuff.
Yeah, like somebody who maybe owes a favor that like she can kind of like push her family name forward to try and get someone to talk to them about it. I'm just
Sure.
not fully aware of all the world factions, which would be the best, or if that's even feasible with.
I would say probably culture or, like what? So, from your path, what are your path skills that you took
Path skills,
in relation to your origin?
Ooh, the
life of privilege and charismatic leader were the role and origin on paths.
command was one of them. Culture is one of them. Integrity, science, humanities.
So
There's
culture
8.
was one of them.
Culture is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do culture then because we're drawing on like your past connections, right? Culture is probably the closest skill that would make sense. I would think.
Well, I have
Right?
a specialty in bureaucracy in command. I didn't know if that was.
Well, you
Is
could
there a
apply that over to this role
Okay.
as a enhancement.
Thank you for helping me navigate that just now.
No
And
problem.
it just becomes an enhancement.
So I get one enhancement to a chance die.
Cunning culture.
Yep, cunning culture.
Okay.
And are you mega cunning?
Yes, I am.
2
mega
enhancements then.
Yep. So well, that will
Okay.
cancel one complication.
cunning. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
All right.
I know
so,
this is a risky one, so if it's a no, that's fine.
No, you're fine. So you can buy off the complication, and you'll still have a net of 2 successes towards your investigation. So, just looking up a rule real quick here.
I think about the fall off you are.
Holy. Best place it can anchor to.
I know. She's just writing really like, I'm so sorry, Dad. Hey, by the way, you looked good. Aside, but you might want to like get some power aid. Well, I'll catch up another time. Just sending like all these little like. Sorry.
Okay, so what you discover as you're reaching out to some of your contacts, just asking people about that name. 2 things. One, even with the 4 successes,
Yeah.
what Dave has found on his Google search, he finds 1 blog entry dated 2009 that someone wrote about. As near as you can tell looking this over, Dumpster Fire, it reads almost more like a spec script for the show Leverage than it does like an actual thing that happened in someone's life.
Little too out there.
This person's writing a blog about how they had basically spent up all their money, gone into a deep debt, trying to take care of their sick father. And when the house was about to be foreclosed on, they took a risk, took some money out from a loan shark, tried to get that fixed, and they were able to save the house, but then they wound up deep into this loan shark. Couldn't pay the loan shark back, wound up having to do some smuggling for this loan shark. This loan shark was a member of the Medellin drug cartel. And wound up basically sort of working their way deeper and deeper into debt with these people, doing a whole bunch of, smuggling, moving things around, yada, yada, yada. When they tried to get out of it, The cartel threatened their father. They wound up through an acquaintance they had made, um, in their attempts to try to pull away. They wound up getting a business card for this organization called Archangel. It was supposedly run by a European philanthropist that solved problems for people in this kind of a predicament that didn't have the means to solve them themselves. Sort of an equalizer kind of group. And they came in and set up this elaborate operation where basically the person writing the blog claims they got to walk away free from the drug cartel. People that were threatening their father wound up in jail, and it was all thanks to the intervention of these people called Archangel. And it's on a decommissioned blog that he found on like archive.org.
Okay, so Archangel does philanthropic work.
And Dave's better than just a mail guy.
Good job, Dave.
Dave, what the hell, dude?
High
I owe you
five.
a beer. What?
He says, man, I spent a lot of time looking for porn. So, well,
Porn saves the day.
while that's going on, you're making some, sending some messages, making some phone calls, texting with some people that you know from your youth. And some of the people that you speak to, some military contractors that your father knew, mention that they remember an organization that went by that name a few years back. I haven't heard anything about it in about 10 years or so. But for a time, they were actually pretty high on kind of some government watch lists. They never were accused of anything, at least not credibly, that warranted the attention actually being paid to try to bring them down. But Interpol did have a pretty extensive file on them at one point that basically corroborates what this blog entry is implying.
Wow, something a live journal credible.
Today's a day of just learning new things.
I mean, that at least lets us know that what this person is writing about. I mean, the time frame 2009. You said this was from.
Yeah.
I mean that makes sense from what I've heard. They've been off the grid for like
10 years back would be 2018 would be now, because the present day of Aberrant's
2028.
Shit, numbers. Fuck. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
So
the last anybody heard about him was 2018, 2019.
Okay.
So they went quiet for a while. What happened at that point that they would, right?
I don't know. Shadow your organization goes quiet. That seems like that's what they would do. Or
Dave says, it's entirely possible they didn't go quiet. There just hasn't been any. They just didn't make any noise since then.
I mean, also when people go quiet, usually means they're hiding something.
They have a lot to hide already before they went quiet. So maybe they just got better at their job. Okay. Good job, Dave.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you. Thanks, Dave.
Like a little puff of smoke comes up from behind your desk. Thanks.
Everyone's still out, right? It's just on us to figure this out for now.
For now, I guess. I mean, I want to call everyone in, but they're with Connors right now.
That's why I'm really worried. Like, how do we convey? But also, if we just drop this information and somebody's watching for it, would that make it worse?
Maybe I can give them a signal. Hold on. And he pulls out his phone and he's going to message Liminal saying, hey, Liminal, I just want to get in touch with you and ask you some diet tips. And if you could get back to me ASAP, that'd be great. Looking to lose some weight. Send. and he's hoping that coded message of some kind would be understood.
Honestly, we probably next meeting I'm putting it down that we need to work on like a defined code for these situations. Right? Like bananas. You send bananas and it means imminent danger. I'm
well,
so
I mean,
sorry.
I do hate bananas, but that's...
The teleporter says you probably don't want to have that meeting in front of Connors.
Yeah.
Are you sure you can trust everybody else in this office?
Well, I know who I can't trust. Pokes action figure in jar. We're going to talk soon.
It sparks up a little bit.
I mean, it wants to exist, right? Just looking at the jar. That battery's gonna peter out at some point.
Yeah, speaking of, what are you going to do about that battery situation?
Actually, she's like talking about how the battery's gonna die soon while like looking at it like it's gonna be a shame. You're probably gonna be real hungry
What kind of
soon.
What kind of a battery was in it? Was it like a 9-volt?
Oh god, what uses 9 volts?
It's like a watch battery.
Hmm.
But it's it's Novatex. I mean, it would probably last a while under normal use for a kid's
Yeah.
toy, but...
Huh. Well, I mean, I could just cut the ends off of a wall socket and jam it in there. See what happens.
Maybe we don't want to make sure the battery...
That's true. We can give it to him and see what he can do about it. Just slide another watch battery in there, see what he does.
Actually, she's trying to like insinuate that she's gonna let him die. So she's just like, I don't know what was true, what wasn't true. But he did say he wanted to persist. But he also lied to us. So maybe we make sure our battery doesn't fall in there. Why keep him alive if he's not going to tell us anything?
It's true. We have a cool like computer we could, let you jump into just to stay up and running.
But if we're giving company assets to you, you need to give something back. So she kind of leans her face in, trying to like ascertain. There's no facial expressions on this thing. This is terrifying. Who made this toy?
Yeah,
I think they got the eyes wrong.
There's no like. There's no way for you to tell like what it's thinking.
He's not like mumble shouting through
we're
it.
just taunting him.
No,
and he can't reply.
You're just torturing this poor guy that's stuck in a jar.
I don't know if he gets to be a poor guy anymore. No. Maybe like a little bit ago, but
all right, let's set up let's try and set up a situation. See if Jordy over there can help us set up like a air gap situation for the computer. I'm gonna bring this guy into the computer room. He's gonna go get a piece of like heavy cover stock that you put on the front of
like a spider, like when you get a spider under a cup.
Slide it underneath.
What? Is paper gonna be good enough to keep him?
He gets 3 sheets of cover stock.
So for the next several minutes into the rest of the day, you achieve the following things. You manage to, with the help of Dave, construct a larger area that you can store this toy in and feed it a power line, or feed it a power source, I should say. You get a power source in there, not an external line, because Dave's like, he'll run out through that thing. And it also functions as a perfectly operational gravity bomb. 'Cause it's the only way Dave knew how to build it. You managed to field a phone call, a panicked phone call from Lightning Bug in regards to some particularly aggressive litter bugs and at least one act of vandalism at the mall that he's in charge of. But you talk him through it and he handles it on his own. And you do get the a gravity bong, Shark Boss. And you do get the exchange rate numbers you get no reply from Liminal. And that's where we'll pick up next week.
When we're all together.
When the whole party shows up.
I can't wait. It's been a while.
So, before we wrap things up, questions, comments, complaints, concerns.
This is the creepiest shit ever. This has been like it's not a horror game, but is it? Cause man.
No, I'm liking the shift in I wouldn't say it's a shift in tone, because we're still, but like
it does feel a little.
The vibe feels different from the first run, and I like what you're doing.
Yeah, me too.
I'm a conspiracy slut, so like.
Man, did we watch a lot of Blacklist?
Yeah, if I'm gonna run a game, I run a political game. So, like playing in one like that has like factions, and I have to start.
You're the worst character for this right now, though.
Oh yeah, no, but the fun part is that I get to figure it out and then have Dumpster Fire throw wrenches into the system and make it so that it just extends the conspiracy theory longer.
You are like literally not only are you not helping, but you might be sowing the seeds of chaos.
Yeah.
Right, maybe making it worse. It's possible.
Maybe making it worse, but he means the best. You know he would never.
No, I love it.
I would.
I've had a lot of fun with this tonight. I look forward to seeing how things button up next week.
So are we.
So to that end, let's do a brief round of introductions before we hit the bricks here. Let's go ahead and start with Dumpster Fire, since he's the origin of the team's name. Tell us who
I love
you are.
that's a hashtag. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
I've been Dumpster Fire or Heavy Rescue, as he would prefer to be called, as has been revealed. And I am Conry, who has been playing that character. You can find me on Twitter at the Conry. I also dabble over on our at Team Devil's Luck Twitter handle for our Twitch channel, Devil's Luck Gaming, where I am the editor-in-chief over there, where we run Pirates on Saturdays.
Yes.
Which is set in the Pirates of Bloodwater, which is set in the Scarred Lands setting, which I love so much.
I happen to love it as well. In fact, it's my favorite D&D setting. I really am not just saying that. It really is. Honest to goodness. I feel like I'm dating the prom queen getting to develop that game line.
Oh.
It's true. And speaking of our good friends from the Devil's Luck Gaming channel, why don't you tell us about yourself, Wafwa, who you are, what you do, who you've been playing?
So I've been playing Wafwa, who's perpetually in the mood to pour hot coffee on someone. But yeah, I'm Cassandra Lee. I'm also co-owner of Devil's Luck Gaming, more affectionately known as Production Mom. I live deep in the Photoshop mines, essentially. Yeah, I have to agree. I'm like really digging this new vibe. So thank you so much for like I'm excited. I can't wait for them to all come back and we're like, so there's a tiny man in here and he's very dangerous. I'm living for that reunion.
I think it'll be fun too, because the other session was also tonally different than what we had done before, but also tonally different than this. So seeing the two things kind of smash together and see what winds up coming out of it's going to be a lot of fun.
All about it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I am so thankful that we've gotten a chance to do this again. I would like to very much encourage the audience to come back here on Saturday and check out Pirates of Bloodwater, and then go over to the Devil's Luck Gaming channel and follow and subscribe and give them all your love and bits. And I think they're going to have a Scarred Lands giveaway this weekend as well. So
2 copies of the Player's Guide, the 5th edition one.
Yeah, the Scarred Lands Player's Guide to Gelspad, I think, is the full official title of that book. Yeah, and it's going to be a riot, so definitely make sure you check that out. We'll be back here, same bat time, same bat channel next Thursday for the finale of Collateral Damage 2. And hopefully it doesn't end in a giant bloodbath, but you never know. That little dumpster fire toy might get loose and just start fucking people up. That could happen.
Away from the rulers.
CY
Right.
blackout.
And I guess I should probably tell you I've been Travis Legg. I'm the Twitch programming coordinator for Onyx Path Publishing. I'm the Scarletlands line developer, and I have the extreme privilege of getting to do things like run these Aberrant games, and there'll be some more stuff coming up too. We got a whole bunch of new content that's going to be rolling out over the course of the next month. So definitely make sure you're following the channel. You've hit the notification button so you know when we go live. Check out our various social media pages, which I'm sure the Onyx Path will be good enough to post in the chat. And thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you both for playing with us. It's been huge fun. And we will see you all again real soon. Bye. Awkward wave.